Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 10, Chapter 9, The Most Profitable Job, Part 2 of 2. Learn the art of living together. You have many teachers in a school. Of them, the history teacher teaches from the book with maps. The maths teacher works out sums on the blackboard. The science master has his lab, but the physical instructor has to stand before the students, draw in lines, and himself swing his arms and legs, bend and rise, turn and twist, just in the same way he wants his pupils to do. You must do well and be an example to others. This is the only way to ensure a glorious future for this country. A curious paradox is now gaining force in this land. It is fraught with dire consequences, though the world has become a very small globe. As a result of fast means of communication and transport, man has not yet learned the art of living together in close proximity, as brothers, as children of the one God. The closer men are brought, the larger the differences appear. Thus, the little world is now fiddled with problems of conflicting cultures, competing creeds, and contesting ambitions. The sorrows of one state spread fast into all its neighbors and infect the whole world. The world has become one vast battlefield. When infectious diseases leap over boundaries and slay men without distinction, immediate steps are taken, and efforts are made to control the havoc, and relief is dispatched in haste to the scene of disaster. But the infection of greed and hate cannot be held in check so quickly by any government. Let us try to answer the question, what kind of government is the best? The answer is, the government that is the best is the one that helps us govern ourselves. Make your conscience the ruler. Do not depend on the external ruler. Those who diagnose the ills of the world suggest various remedies to mend affairs, but no analysis reveals the correct reason. The fundamental reason for the state of disease is want of confidence in the self. There is no faith in the Atma as the source and spring of bliss. So man allows his mind to run after worldly pleasures, and grief is the result. God seeks the pious seeker. The Bible says, pious seekers seek God. But Annie Besant said, God seeks the pious seeker. God is seeking for the pure heart that longs to reach him. The world is reduced to a theatre by man, for devotion to God has become a histrionic performance. You find people weeping in their heart of hearts, but laughing their lives away. We find people who laugh in their heart of hearts, but, to all observers, weeping profusely over their fate. Worship is more for effect, a play acted with the pit in view. There is no sincerity. You find someone parades all of a sudden some ism as new and revolutionary. Socialism, for example. Socialism, which means recognizing the equality of every individual. This recognition of equality with everyone else was in fact practiced in India long ago. Rama, undisputed sovereign of a vast empire, gave heed to the flippant scandal uttered by an irresponsible washerman during a quarrel with his wife, and sent his queen, the very queen for whom he had waged a war of tremendous carnage. into exile, regardless of the fact that she was pregnant at the time. Everyone's voice was given equal weight in the empire ruled over by Rama. Workers and peasants, that is the slogan nowadays, isn't it? These two classes were given their due share of social importance and honor in the Krishna avatar. Now, people are honored even if they grow not food but cash crops. Foreign exchange is what we are after, and so people are encouraged to produce what others can buy, not what we need. Milk and a variety of milk products which are highly nutritious foods. Balarama, the elder brother, an avatar in his own right, had as his weapon the plow. It declared the worth of agriculture as a consecrated occupation. It is not impossible to realize God. God appears in human form. He promotes pasture of cattle and agriculture in order that the food might sustain the head and render it intelligent and clear enough to realize God. The body has to be nourished for the sake of the head so that jnana, spiritual knowledge, can be attained and liberation gained. Food, head, God, that is the chain of events. You dread that it is very difficult, nay, impossible to realize God. It is very simple. Its very simplicity makes you feel that there must be some hidden trap. You do not appreciate simple things and habits. For example, there is nothing so simple as speaking the truth. Yet, how many stick to truth? If you venture into untruth, you have to invent new stories all along the line and keep in memory all the stories and all the persons to whom you have related them. It is all very complicated and confusing. Students, you are embodiments of the divine. There are two aspects of vidya, jnana, that you have to master. Vijnana, understanding the world around us, science, and also prajnana, the higher learning, the art of controlling the inner feelings and the many layers of consciousness. Benefactors and beneficiaries, you are in the educational field, and so, listen to this. Each student has a watch on his wrist, and you look at the watch at least 100 times a day. Well, learn from the watch a great lesson. When you watch the watch, remember the 5 letters of the watch, WATCH. Each is giving you a fine lesson for life. W tells you, watch your words. A warns you, watch your actions. T indicates, watch your thoughts. C advises, watch your character. And H declares, watch your heart. When you are consulting your watch, imbibe this lesson that the watch is imparting. Understand the true test of a good life. Dr. Gokak spoke of the 4 fundamental aims of education since he is the Vice Chancellor of the Bangalore University. He said they are knowledge, skill, balance and insight. Of course, knowledge is being gained by everyone, through the senses as well as through inference and other categories. The voltage may be different, but each bulb illumines to some extent. Gokak said that the knowledge has to be transformed into skill. But usually the S is removed and knowledge is used only to kill. Knowledge is killed in the process of using it to kill. In that process, the balance is upset. And so, instead of insight, the fourth principle, Gokak's fourth principle, is transformed into outsight. I call upon the students to revere their parents, for that is the true test of a good life. I bless Pingay that Pingay's classes may go on into the golden and the diamond jubilees, so that I may come on those occasions also, and bless him and this institution. I wish that in these classes, not only the syllabus and the curriculum prescribed for the various examinations, for which these students are coached, are taught, teach also some great scriptural texts, so that they may not miss this precious treasure. I suggest that you should have prayer as an important item in the timetable of the classes. For through prayer you can draw down into yourselves the grace of God. Have bhajan and kirtan also, for the Lord has said, "Wherever my glory is sung, there I shall install myself." Bhajan cleanses the atmosphere and sanctifies the air you breathe. Sri Barde spoke about my establishing a college in this city. But before the college is established, students worthy of entering its portals must be ready. Prepare the students, teach them the spiritual truths and the discipline that promotes their translation into daily life. That will hasten the foundation of the college you long for. End of Part 2 of 2. Bombay, May 13th, 1970. Serve the world as you would serve as master. Be humble, be eager, be efficient in that service. If you dare treat the world as your servant, you will be dragged down into disaster. Sri Sathya Sai Baba.